You're watching Good Boy Feast. You're watching Good Boy Feast. Fighting just to save our lives. Got you laughing every night.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. Wow, that was a stutter to start recording. That was,
Computers.
I think it's the rain. It must be.
I'd say let's sleep, but fucking Pack Rat's on, so we can't even sleep.
I tried to jump in the bed and right when it said Pack Rat joined, and I was like, oh, there goes that.
Yeah.
So, in case you didn't know, because nobody knows, because it just happened, the Guano Podcast is live.
What?
The Guano Podcast is live.
Did you like put it up on iTunes?
I did.
Wow. All right.
I just got the approval from iTunes like right before.
How does that even work?
I just started at my episode 204 because I just went back through and found ones that would be funny to start with.
Okay.
And it's just the audio of the candy doesn't go in stockings one.
Perfect. Perfect.
So that's the one I put up there as the starting podcast, and basically it's just gonna be. I just have my website that I have. I put a WordPress site into a new.
That's right. That's how you have to
folder
do it, right? It's WordPress.
Well, it can be through. I think you can do it a bunch of different ways, but there's a plugin for it called. I used to use one called. I thought it was called PodPress, and now this one's called something else, but it's like the newest, most popular one, and you basically just go through and set it up, and when you put up a blog post, it automatically puts it into your feed for it, so it'll just start updating.
Okay.
You know the thing. So I don't know how often.
Is that what you called it? The Guano Podcast?
I called it the Guano Podcast.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
I made a random, really shitty art for it. So if anybody out there wants to make us a 3,000 by 3,000 image for
Jesus, that's
for
big.
artwork for the Guano Podcast, that's what they want you to have for some reason.
that's
I don't know if it
huge.
scales better or what.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Cool.
So just in case you wanted to know, we have the Guano Podcast.
That's great. Maybe maybe it'll get real big and we can get like Audible ads.
That would be if randomly a podcast of us playing video games.
What's gonna be so weird about the audio is that it's gonna include Minecraft noises.
Oh, and I straight up said in the description of it is that like this is the audio of us playing video games. You will randomly hear like game sounds, and we will talk about things on screen that you guys cannot see.
That's fantastic. What a silly thing. All
I think there's a way to do podcasts like video podcasts too, and I was like, nope, not doing that route. We're going straight
None
up
of that.
audio.
Okay. All right. This is cool.
So that is live. And if you want to get to it right now until I actually buy a domain just for fun with it, you can go to guano.jsano19.com to actually look at the site.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think you can go there. You might have to go to
Maybe.
guano.jsano19. You might have to go to guano.jsano19.com/guano because of the way WordPress installed it in a subfolder.
Huh.
But either way, you guys can let me know.
I don't want to go down here with all these mobs.
I know. I'm heading back right now. It was dangerous.
It's really
So-
bad.
You have an iPhone, right?
I do.
Does it have facial recognition?
No. I still have the one that has a headphone jack because I like my headphone jack.
So you're dating yourself back.
I'm not gonna buy another one. This is my last iPhone. I'm not gonna buy any phone that doesn't have a headphone jack. If they remove headphone jacks from all phones, I'm just gonna stop using them.
I'm gonna stop using phones altogether.
I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna have just an audio device, like an MP3
like
player.
on top of your phone, or just you're replacing the phone with just like a Walkman.
I don't ever really. You know what? I don't remember the last time I made a phone call on my phone. I guess Volkswagen called me the other day.
And what they say? Were they just like, "Hey, just checking in. We're Volkswagen."
No, there was a recall on my transmission. Which it was good because I did have a check engine light that was on, and I kept being like, "I'll call him real soon." And so when he called me, I was like, "Hey, I need you."
Well, you should have just been like, "Yeah, my check engine light's been on for this recall."
For this recall. Yeah, it was coolant was low, which apparently I just need to top it off, and it's all fine.
How did you find out that it was coolant low?
It said coolant was low.
Oh, so you didn't have a check engine light on.
Well, that's it. That is a. I mean, isn't all those lights called the check your check engine lights? Like,
no, there's a generic check engine light on most vehicles.
Really?
And that's where it gets hard, is because it could mean one of a million things.
Well, so in my car, here's what it does. The check engine light that you're talking about cuts on, turns on, and people hate the whole cut on thing. Turns on, but then where your speedometer, like the text is at, it then goes into more detail. So there's a generic check engine light, but then it tells me why it's on.
Okay. So usually what happens in a car that doesn't have something that has a display that can give you more details is there'll be the standard things that'll show you, like a little oil lamp or low fuel or whatever. There might even be a low coolant one, but any of the generic ones that roll under the check engine light. Now with the popularity of like ODB scanners, the things that plug into the port on the bottom left part of your car, the diagnostic port in your car, and the fact that you can hook them up to your phone and like get the diagnostics and what it actually means. That's one way to do it as the average consumer that otherwise was reserved for like auto repair companies. Yeah, I have like 3 of them. So I don't know why. The Bluetooth ones I hook up to my phone that cost like $10 on eBay. And then there's free programs that you can get if you ever have a check engine light, and you can hit a button and it'll tell you exactly what the check engine light is for.
Huh.
So it's pretty convenient. But the other way to do it is there's usually engine codes or light codes. And if you cycle your key like 5 or 10 times back and forth, and then wait, the check engine light will come on and do a series of blinks. And it'll be like 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2,
so like
3,
an old
4,
like
5.
like the boot tones for your computer, basically.
Right. And that means something. If you look in the manual, that sequence will mean something.
I wonder if there's anything
Or
like
that
that for like the keyless cars, because I don't put my key in my car.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm sure there is, because I guess my newest vehicle is a push button start and everything too. So I don't know how to do it, but I've only used the ODB scanner on it since I've had it because it's more detailed. I mean, I had to use the ODB scanner with a special like switch in it that lets you write a special program that lets you write to pieces of the car. When I told you I upgraded my stereo to the newer version of Sync, and I had to reprogram the APIM module, and to do it, you needed an ODB scanner hooked up to your computer with a special program that allows for writing to the to certain modules.
Huh. Okay.
So pretty convenient things to have nowadays if you ever want to get into that stuff. But you're not a guy who messes with your car anyway. You let other people mess with your car. He's like, yep.
Yeah, I don't.
But I was asking about the iPhone because I have a newer Android. It's the Note 9, and it has face and retinal recognition.
Okay.
So usually it's fine because I'll get there, and instead of having to like put in my little pattern on the lock screen, if I wait like an extra 2 seconds or so and look at it, it'll like recognize me and like let me right into it because, you know, it recognizes that it's me. I will tell you, my son somehow is breaking into my phone.
You think his face is close enough to yours?
I can't tell if it's tricking the facial recognition that it thinks it's him, or maybe the retinal for some reason, because, you know, it can't be a super deep retinal scanner, right?
Right.
He has the same color eyes and stuff as I
That seems
do.
like a major flaw if that's how it works.
Well, or I can't tell if there's another flaw in the phone that he is somehow finding a loophole. I will tell you, my almost 2-year-old is the smartest freaking kid I've ever met when it comes to electronics, because he likes to draw on our phones. There's like, I have one of the phones that has a stylus that you can pull out,
right?
And it's got like a drawing program with it. And he found out he loves to like play with the colors and draw little pictures and stuff. And his pictures are, you know, squiggly lines and all this. They're not, you know, fancy pictures. But whenever you hand him the phone, because he says he wants to draw on our phone, you hand him the phone and look over, and a couple minutes later, he's watching YouTube videos. And he somehow swipes somewhere on the phone, which, you know, happens, and he gets out of that program, but he somehow always gets himself back to YouTube. And I don't know, he recognizes the YouTube icon, so he gets to a screen that has the YouTube icon, and boom, he's on it, because he starts watching like these car videos and these truck videos, and, you know, all these videos that he wants to watch, like those kids ones that are like insane and gonna make children crazy zombie people or whatever. They're like music and weird, like they're partially auto-generated,
Yeah,
cartoons for kids. Like you know what I'm talking about. It's very strange.
I do know what you're talking about.
But I gave him the phone, and I had locked the phone because I didn't want him getting into anything, because I knew he would start freaking out if he got into YouTube, and I took it away from him again. So I was just like, "Here's the phone, hold it, make yourself feel like useful for a minute while I, kind of get out of this situation and get something else prepared for you to be able to play with." And I look over, and he's freaking watching YouTube. And I took the phone away, and of course he started crying, and I locked the phone, and I watched him playing with the lock screen, and he's just moving his finger back and forth on the lock screen, trying to like get it to do something. And all of a sudden, boom, he's in the phone.
It's got to be either the retinal or the facial doing it. So I think it makes sense, right?
It's really not nearly as secure, and there's a way that you can get around the lock screen that I just never have messed with, because I assume the lock screen's not going to let me past it.
I mean, that'd be a major flaw that you would think other people would be talking about, right? But this whole facial recognition retina thing, you think somebody would be talking about that too? Have you tried to like look it up?
No, because today it was earlier today when I noticed him doing it the most. I watched him do it like 2 times in a row, and I made sure that like the second time, because the first time I was like, maybe I was close enough where it saw me, like the phone itself saw me. So the next time when I gave it to him and I like walked away and came back, and he was sitting there watching a YouTube video, and I know it wasn't Mommy's not the one who did it, because I asked her if she did, and she's like, no, wait, how's he in that phone again? So I want to know for people out there if they've experienced anything similar to this or have heard of this, because I think it's either my son is a genius or Android has a terrible like facial recognition retinal scanning system.
I'm trying to Google it and see if I can find.
It's the Note 9 specifically, in case that helps narrow it down. Maybe that phone has a problem. I will tell you, my phone definitely has a problem with the lock screen sometimes, where it for some reason won't recognize me, and it'll say like, cannot recognize face, please input pattern, and I input my pattern and it says incorrect pattern, try again, and I put in the pattern that I know is the right pattern, and it's like, you're locked out for 30 seconds.
Great.
And I have to wait 30 seconds and put in the exact same pattern again, and then it's like, thank you. But that happens to me at least once or twice a week.
Which phone is it?
The Note 9.
I'm getting too many results for like the iPhone X and stuff.
Does the iPhone have the same problem?
No, it's just people trying to break it with pictures. Apparently, the Galaxy X8 is really easy to trick with just a picture of the person, though. A lot of this results.
I mean, maybe my son looks enough like me that the likeness of a picture. But God, a 2-year-old cannot look that much like an adult that it could trick a facial recognition, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would
even
think
if
not.
it was the spitting image of me. Come on.
Trying to Google it. See if other people are talking about it.
Why are so many Endermen around here?
So let's see. The intelligence scan is no Face ID. And I get that, but I've seen a couple of weeks ago that my Note 9 I've been using works fine. My brother picks up my Note and unlocks it. Then he proceeds to get my attention and show me my phone. I realize what had happened. My brother can easily unlock my phone because he looks close enough to me, and the phone thinks it's me.
So I guess that could be it, and that's the Note 9, right?
Yeah, the Note 9. Sounds like that's what's happening. It's just that he looks close enough to you that the phone thinks that it's you.
Come on. So I guess if I ever time travel,
Maybe you have.
I know that I'll be able to unlock my phone still in the future of the past, right?
That's, I guess so.
I mean, isn't that kind of the concept in Back to the Future with the thumbprints? The face never changes, I guess.
Yeah. There's more discussion about it, saying that he even tried setting it to both eyes and face, but it still trips on the brother. This person saying, yeah, my father can unlock my phone.
What? So come on. So it is just like a bad rendition of facial and retinal scanning.
Yeah. Definitely don't allow it to use your Samsung Pay. Yeah, lots of people are talking about this actually.
Oh, so I've never used Samsung Pay in my life, and I doubt most people have used Apple Pay.
I use Apple Pay all the
Who
time.
have? Do you really?
Yeah. Hell, one day I forgot my wallet at home and it saved me. I was like, fuck, I can't get anything to eat. And I like search to see what takes Apple Pay near me. I was like, sweet, get some food. But yeah, no, I use it at Disney all the time too. Like all the vending machines take Apple Pay. So there's been plenty of times because at Disney you got that wristband. I don't go anywhere with my wallet. So like one time we were out there waiting for the little thing to come and take us to the parks, and I was like, I really want to drink, but this for whatever reason the vending machines don't take your damn wristband, your Disney wristband. That doesn't make any sense. But they take Apple Pay, so it's like, hey, I got my phone.
And Apple Pay is just hooked up to your credit card, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen enough places that actually have that take Samsung Pay.
Yeah, I know. Yes, Apple Pay's everywhere though. Like, yeah. I mean, there's tons of times where I use it, like at the grocery store, Walmart. Actually, I'm not sure about Walmart. No, I don't think I've used it at Walmart. Target takes it though, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, no, I use it all the time.
Does it help in any way except for?
No, it doesn't do anything other than
So
just,
there's no benefit to it. It just is like you don't have to carry your
right.
wallet.
I just tap my phone on the thing. That's all. But yeah, no, there's no benefit to it. It's magnesis.
Which I'd also never heard of.
I mean, it's essentially the same thing to some degree, right? Like, I take your credit card and I'll attach it to this device. Now you don't.
So how did they do that? Because he somehow went and cut out.
That was him testing it. He wasn't actually taking their credit cards and modifying them in any way. He was just basically running an Apple Pay type thing where, all right, give us your
I thought he somehow modified their credit cards to be able to work with this metal thing.
No. That's what he did for his own tests. Like, how hard is it to take this strip off of my phone, off of my card, and apply it to something else? He did do that, but not with magnesis. No, he did use the same technology just in terms of like. Then he bought like a machine to program the magnetic strips. So he did start making the first metal cards himself, like in his house or whatever.
He was actually a credit card company.
No, not really, because he wasn't giving people lines of credit. They already had an established line of credit with the credit card company, and he was taking that line of credit and then piggybacking on it.
But how did he make it so it worked with his magnesis card?
The same way Apple Pay works. Like, whenever I tap my phone, I'm not paying with my phone. I'm paying with my credit card.
Right, but he can't make a magnetic strip. Those things are locked out with so much security protection.
No. You could buy the magnetic strip programming machines easily.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's how like the spoofers and all that stuff work, but I thought they had like broken the security somehow.
No, you can buy those.
Security layers in those things.
You can buy those things.
Why wouldn't there be security layers?
I mean, you can't just because like. You still need the people's credit card information, right? Like, you can't just because you have the thing to program a magnetic strip doesn't mean you can do anything with that. I mean, like if without, I mean, the same as said, like if I have your credit card information, I can just go on Amazon right now and start buying shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's true. That's true.
So he just got people to give them his credit card information, which.
But I do know when it comes to like RFID tags that, the one I used at my work to get in and out of like doors and stuff. Mm-hmm. There's certain space in the RFID tags where that is unwritable. And that's where it stores like the information about your card. So if you program like this badge has the ability to get into like this door, that space to program the badge is like an unwritable space, the badge number. It's like read-only memory.
Okay.
I mean, I've done this type of research before, so that I couldn't just go spoof my own RFID of make it seem like it's my card again. Like it has to come from.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about that type of thing. But that's totally different from credit card stuff.
It seems like it'd be the same concept.
Well, no, because all you're doing is attaching a 16-digit code number, a expiration date, and a code on the back. That's all a credit card is those bits of things.
But I don't think that's accurate. I think it's more than that. It's just like saying all a barcode is whatever information I encode in the barcode. That's true of some barcodes. Other barcodes have check digits and things like that. That the data is encoded in a different way that you wouldn't know what that encoding mechanism is. Just because you had my credit card number, you couldn't reprogram a magnetic strip based off my credit card number because there's other encryption that goes into it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know if that's true with credit cards there. It must not be, because that's how he did it.
I also don't know. I assumed it was true, but I guess if that's how he did it, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not true at all. Maybe it's just super unsecure. I mean, so insecure.
I guess it's hard to guess that 16 digit.
I'm so fat.
It's hard to guess all of the data, I guess, about a credit card, right?
It's hard to guess all the data?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a lot of combinations of guessing.
Right. So that's why I guess that's what makes it secure. Too many combinations. That's the only thing that makes it secure, in fact.
I mean, I guess that could be true.
Because otherwise, people would sit at home and buy shit on Amazon all day long.
Just by faking the...
Yeah, just by guessing the data.
I'm surprised that they don't.
It's because it's not easy enough to guess the data, I guess.
Well, because I guess there's a lot of... Because it's the numbers, it's the name, the billing zip code...
Yeah.
So you might even get an accurate credit card number, but if you can't link it up with the billing zip code,
right, or the number on the back, like all of those things
or the
are
number
required.
on the back, right, and however they're appropriately programmed in, which I have absolutely no idea. Like how, well, when I run a credit card, I'm assuming if I run a Visa, it goes to Visa somewhere to tell me yes, this was a valid credit card. Because it's got to go to. Because I remember back when I worked at, and I always thought this was strange, and it was interesting that customers would know this. When I worked at McDonald's, it was a satellite system that did our credit card transactions. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, one day I noticed that the transactions, it was the middle of the snowstorm, this crazy snowstorm. And the transactions I thought would have taken longer. But they were like, I would swipe the card and it was like instantly approved.
No, that's because it's a two-step process. Like when the money's not actually taken out until you batch it.
Well, so the way it worked at McDonald's, which I found out later from the store manager, because I asked him because I didn't get it. It was a satellite system that did it right then. And it took about 5 seconds or so to run the card and before it would come back with an approval or not. Mm-hmm. In stuff like snow or something that made the satellite connection not work, McDonald's figured it was easier. Instead of saying we won't take credit cards, they just approved everything.
Right. And then
there was a snowstorm and then batched it when the system came back up and hoped that it all worked. If it didn't, well, somebody just got away with free food. That was like their just loss prevention strategy.
Yeah. I think that's how most places do it. I mean, kind of like whenever you buy gas, when you put your card in and it does an approval, it doesn't know how much gas you're going to get.
Oh yeah, but it puts a $75 hold on your credit card for a gas station.
That's
what
it
checks.
I think
it's crazy. I think it's crazy that places can do that. Like, didn't we run into that? We ran into that problem at the marathon. People were getting room holds on their credit card they didn't have the money for because nobody expected that we were having to pay for anything.
Right. Yeah, I mean that was just a miscommunication though. Like, so
it was the way the hotel did things that they didn't tell us that they were doing.
Right. Right.
So I remember I was so mad at that one lady too when I checked in because I checked in so late and I was so mad at her, like not like her but the policy, because she was like, oh yeah, you're in blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, it's like, but there's already someone in there.
No, somebody's already in the freaking room. She's like, well yeah, but that someone's not you. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like I didn't have to come to you. I could have just gone to him and gotten the spare key. Like I don't understand why you're making me give you a credit card right now when for incidental damages. Well,
but who's incidental damage?
There's already a card on file for our room. Yes, but not for you, sir.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that one was just. That's just a little bit of like ignorance.
You were putting stuff on your card when we went to like the bar or whatever.
Right.
Do you know if they asked you for your name or was it just for a room number? Because I never put anything on the room because
yeah, you always sign those things still.
But did you? But was it? I can sign it.
Well, I was alone in my room too, so. What you? So yeah, there wasn't anyone else that it could have been, I guess. But I mean, yeah, I guess there's possible that. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, my signature's not like legible. So like in your case, whenever if you'd put it on your room, then yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to tell if it was me or I stay with Breon. Is this signature Jeff versus Breon? Like my signature is not legible to even know that. Usually it's just squigglies up and down.
Yeah, that's exactly what my signature is too.
It's only for any like official legal document, like my driver's license or whatnot,
Right.
do I have a somewhat legible signature.
Right. Yeah. Which that's kind of weird because like if they need to reference that to see if that's your signature, but it's not though. It's like,
Yeah, that's true. It's the most non-like my signature ever is my credit card or my driver's license signature.
I like how all the credit cards on the back say that it's not valid unless it's signed. I don't think I've ever signed a credit card.
I've also never signed a credit card.
And some places like make you show ID if it's not signed, which I'm fine with. I think that's actually how it should be. Like it shouldn't be that the car is not valid. It should just be like, you know what? Check.
So I'll tell you the one thing that used to really throw me off about a credit card is that there was this one gas station that I would go to back when I lived in the Flint area. And gas stations, you can just go put your freaking card at the pump
Mm-hmm.
and pump gas and drive away. But sometimes the credit card readers at the pump were broken, so you had to go inside and pay.
Yeah.
And for some reason, when you went inside and paid, you had to sign.
Huh.
And I kept asking the guy who was running the place, I'm like, I don't understand why I have to sign. He's like, well, you're using a credit card. I'm like, yeah, but I can use the same credit card at the pump. You don't have to sign anything. And he was like, huh, good point. I don't know. Like, he had no idea either. Like, it's just the way the system worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, why sometimes
I've never
you
understood
sign and
why.
sometimes you don't.
I mean, I guess the reason why the gas stations when they're closed, I can't pay at the pump is for like security reasons, like so you don't like pour gas everywhere and light it on fire. I guess.
Oh, I've gone to a lot of gas stations that are closed.
I mean, there are
Right.
some now that do it, but it still seems like the majority don't leave the gas available, at least where I live, after hours, even if you could pay at the pump.
Yeah, I guess I never really paid attention to that. I know that I remember I had a car that was having problems starting. It was like the battery was dying or the starter was dying or something. So I'd get it started and not be able to restart it without significant problems. And at night I would actually drive up to this one gas station because I knew it was closed and nobody would yell at me because I'd have to fill it up with the car still running because I couldn't turn it off. And I also did it there when it was closed because I figured nobody else would be there. And heaven forbid, if my car did blow up or cause some type of problem or something, I was only injuring myself and not everybody else.
God.
And I don't even know, like that whole thing. I'm not sure if you can really actually blow up your car by having it running when you're pumping gas, or if it's more a old wives' tale type thing that they do for safety issues.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the ambulance and the fire engine for diesel, you're supposed to leave them running to fill up the tank.
Huh.
Don't know why.
Well, diesel's
But-
a lot more harder to ignite anyways, but
Yeah, and it's like a separate tank as opposed to your car. You know, you're sticking a tube into like a hole only big enough for that tube to go into for the most part. The diesel tanks on the engines and the fire trucks are more like a big tank that you're filling up, as opposed to like with a big wide opening that just has a screw top on it.
right. I know what you're saying. Yeah. You just like look down in there and see a bunch of diesel.
Yeah, that's how you know it's full. You can't like rely on the auto shut off for it to happen because
Oh, yeah, because it's just a big ass. Gotcha. That's kind of scary. If you ain't paying attention, suddenly you're dumping fucking diesel everywhere.
Well, the pump that we have at the station itself doesn't even have it doesn't have a lock. You have to like hold the handle the whole time.
Oh,
because
gotcha.
It doesn't have one of those locks.
God, I
No,
hate when I
will
go
tell
to a
you,
gas station and they don't have those.
I used to have this phone that was the exact size of the space in between the handle because a lot of the gas stations around me, they didn't have those locks for whatever reason. I would just shove my phone in it and walk away and start like squeegeeing the windows or whatever with
That's
my phone
hilarious.
shoved in that void space.
Wow.
It was an old flip phone. Yeah, it was great.
There's some states where that's not allowed even. I think New Jersey.
I mean,
or is New
I think
Jersey
New
one of the states
Jersey-
where you still can't even pump your own damn gas?
New Jersey, up until a month ago or 2 months ago, you couldn't pump your own gas.
God, that's
They
so
just
bizarre.
opened up the ability to pump your own gas. Yeah, I find that very bizarre. I don't know.
Did they just think everyone in Jersey is that fucking stupid? Like, what's the deal here?
And I don't know. I remember a friend of mine I went to nursing school with was from Jersey, and she said it was crazy to her when she came here because she'd never lived anywhere that you had to pump your own gas. So and not that she's incapable of doing it, but she's like, I was sitting at the gas station, like beeping my horn.
I can imagine. Like, who's gonna fucking pump my gas here? Oh god, that's hilarious. I remember when I was a kid, like they were all non-self-serve, like around here at least. Like I remember going out with my grandma. Yeah, the little man comes out and pumps the gas and everything like that. I remember the first time seeing someone pump my parents pump the gas. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Are you supposed to do that?"
You're like, why are you doing peasants work?
It's just weird after always having someone pump your gas.
Yeah, I don't know why New Jersey was a holdout for so long. I think there is one state that's still holding out.
I thought Jersey was the last one, but maybe not.
Wait, you know what? It might have been the other state that just overturned that, and Jersey is still holding out. Now I don't remember. One state did very recently in the last month or two lift that thing. Let me make sure I'm away from Enderman and such. And then we're going to go states where you can't pump your own gas. The answer is New Jersey and Oregon that currently ban self-service stations.
I've never heard Oregon said that way.
Oh, Oregon?
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to be Oregon, but I say Oregon. It's just like, what's the capital of Idaho?
Boise?
Boise is the real way to pronounce it, apparently. Boise, not Boise.
Really?
But Boise.
I'm just glad I could remember the answer to the question and not seem like a complete idiot.
Protect consumers from gas station owners from costly and possibly deadly accidents. Better education and improved technology, however, have made pumping gas much safer and more efficient for consumers.
I mean, like, are the people pumping this gas highly trained in some way?
So, I don't know.
They're from other states. They fucking ship people in from...
Okay, so you're right. New Jersey, as of January 20... Oh, I guess it was not a couple months. It's been a year now. It's been 1 year. But New Jersey is now the last state where you can't pump your own gas. So Oregon must have lifted it last year. Wow. And Oregon gas stations are not required to have self-serve pumps. It merely offers them the option to do so. But they're not required. So yeah, Oregon now can. So sorry, all you New Jersey folks are still apparently not smart or safe enough to pump your own gas. So
well,
I apologize if I had offended you by calling you smart and safe earlier, thinking you were capable.
No, definitely not. Fucking jerseys. All right, well, we're done here. So hope you all enjoyed.
we're done. Listen to us on iTunes.
Yep, listen to us on iTunes. Bye, everybody.